Good morning, guys. So, time-lapsed video because it would have been like an hour if, or actually it would have probably only been like 20 minutes. This is a really fast painting. So this is my first kind of voiceover for a video, which is kind of neat. Anyways, I don't have much time with this, so let's just get into it. I am drawing a Doctor Strange tarot card, which is inspired by the YouTube Artist Collective. This month they featured like cards of, I think it was like myth and magic. So you could do like any kind of storytelling with like some sort of a playing card or card theme. Sophia Liu really inspired this because she did tarot cards and they were phenomenal. She used markers and a bunch of other media. Me, I stick with my watercolors though. And getting into that, Doctor Strange as the magician, and as you can see throughout the piece there are other portions of the minor arcana for tarot. So you've got the sword, which also is represented by spades, the wand, which is clubs, the pentacle, which is diamonds, and the cup, which represents hearts. Fun, weird fact that playing cards actually used to be used for telling fortunes as well. The major arcana actually came in much later. So if you, just a little history lesson on tarot cards for you. So basically what I've done here is I've laid down my lightest light, like my light source, and then I've started adding other tones over top of it. You always want to start from lightest to darkest when you're doing watercolor, and you want to go from broad to fine, like broad to small details. So I'm trying to like block in all of my major masses and all my major colors, and then I'll start toning them in and playing around with them a bit more. Because this was still partially wet, I really couldn't do any like white gel pen or highlights or anything like that, as you will see in the title description of this video. I do use a bit of pencil crown at the end just to kind of block out some lines and give it a more illustrative feel, but yeah, that's about it. So I'm slowly building up the tones of the face just to get the lighting properly, and to mix these colors I'm using reds, like red, yellow, and blue, and a little bit of purple depending on what area I'm working in. So I don't just use a flesh tone, I actually mix most of my colors. That's why you see such a mess in that palette. I'm using all kinds of mixed colors. You get more realistic looking colors if you mix your own colors instead of using just like a straight flesh tone out of the tube or pan. And as you can see here, I am doing the fine details of facial hair on the face. If you are doing any kind of facial portrait or anything of a guy and they have facial hair, or even of a woman who has like really nice eyes, do that portion last, let everything else dry, get all your tones down, and then work the eyes. You do not want to have that beautiful rendered eye ruined because you went and put a wash over it, and it will happen. I've done that before where I've gone too close with a very wet brush into an area I've just done fine details on, and I've completely ruined them because the paint was not dry yet. Even when the paint dries, you are still running the risk of ruining the image. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just back and forth moving all over the piece, and here I am looking for, I had a gold brush pen and I didn't bring it with me, it was in another pencil case, so I'm improvising and I'm just using paint. But I think I like the painted look as well. It turned out really well. And in the beginning of the drawing, when I was sketching, I was using a red coal erase pencil. It just works really well with watercolor. It doesn't really show up a lot, and it adds to the tones, especially with skin tones. Yeah. And here I'm doing the detailing with the pencil crown, and then I'm just going in and adding little areas that I forgot, because I do that. I was kind of rushing with this because I was just like, oh god, I kind of want to do it. But anyways, yeah, so that's it. Have a great day, guys. I hope you enjoyed this.